And this is Just Be Tarot. Thank you for your amazing energy. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you have had a great weekend and that I am finding everybody happy and healthy. We had some snow here where I live, so I'm not a snow gal. I know a lot of people love it. I'm not one of those people. You know what? If it snows, that's one thing. When it snows and it's like 7 degrees outside, that is no fun. It's just it's too cold too fast, in my opinion. Um, the kids aren't going outside playing, and not that I have kids to play in snow these days, but like when it's that cold outside, nobody's going outside playing, and it's not like fun times. Um, but here we are. Happy, it's not even winter. Not even winter yet. So I hope everybody is well. I am Sarah B. This is Just Be Tarot. So in the beginning of the reading, I pull cards from some oracle decks for the collective reading. And then I move on to a card pull where I take questions from the chat and hello, how are you? And then I scroll through the chat and answer questions in the order that they are received. So you'll know it's your question because I will read your handle and then the question. There's no need to spam the chat because I take the questions in the order that they are received. So I'll get to your question. You don't have to ask me a million times. I will get there. And let's go ahead and get started. This is the collective reading. All right, Spirit, what does the collective need to know for what's coming in for this week? Looking for the energy for this week for the collective. What is coming in? What messages? Too many? Thank you. Ooh, balancing act. Looks like people might be trying to balance their time and how they spend it, balance their energy and what they exert it on. I don't know about you, but I've been pretty much doing that all weekend, trying to, get stuff done, the things that I need to get done, and the things that I want to get done. It hasn't been it hasn't been an easy process lately, but I feel like everybody's in that same boat right now. It's a busy time of year. It's hectic. While just getting things prepared for holiday things, it's also you're being pulled in directions. Some of us have a hard time with holidays. Some of us really, really struggle. So we're having that to contend with. And then, of course, you're, if you're being invited to parties or doing different things in that aspect, then it's like, okay, now you have to muster up enough. um, you know, we have to push our anxiety away and work through that to get to socialize and be peoply and have that going for us. So it's like this whole balancing act, like you just feel like you're trying to make everything work and put your best foot forward, but we need to remember that it's not always that easy for everybody. um there's a lot going on in people's lives that people don't talk about, that they keep hidden, that they um don't discuss with the public. And it's not always an easy thing. It takes a lot of coping skills, a lot of healing, a lot of really working through situations that you might not always find easy. All right, so let's. Oh. Okay, so we have repairing the veil, forgiveness. So, boy, you might have somebody coming in this weekend or this week, maybe asking for forgiveness or trying to make amends with you. Excuse me for a second. My sage is still burning from when I cleared my decks earlier. Um, or this could be somebody, you need to forgive somebody and you're finding it hard to do so. Um, Not always easy for people, especially if they're not receiving that I'm sorry. Some people might never receive that, the words I'm sorry. But a lot of times it's the act of forgiving to heal oneself. So it is important to mend these things. So essentially you're mending your heart so you can move on, so you can have higher energy, so you're not stuck in this stagnant energy. It's important to forgive. I'm not saying you have to forget because we're taking lessons and we're learning from them, but to move past it is really, really, really difficult sometimes. But you're being asked to do that even if you're not hearing those words, I'm sorry. Now, some of you might have people coming into your life wanting to make a connection, wanting to, um, you know, let you know that you're being thought of. I feel like there's some people have transformed into something better, into they've grown, leveled up. But that's up to you if you want to consider being in their energy or having them in your energy. It really is on a case by case basis. Because they might say they, you know, healed, that they changed, but it's still offering them forgiveness is really brave and really bold and will really raise your vibration. And it might be just what you need. Like when I talk about energetic ties, and things that are holding us back and things that are keeping us in a cycle. I am sorry, this is just this is bothering me. I'm distracted by it. So I do apologize. This sage keeps burning and I'd like it to stop burning. Okay. So with my luck, it'll all burn, and then I'm out of a sage sage wand or my little, you know. So we're offering compassion. So we have forgiveness and compassion. So you're really, really, Spirit's really asking us to. This is a hard one. This is a hard one for this week. And it's going to take a lot for some people to not just your to try to open your heart. Compassion, forgiving. And what I was saying before my sage issue was I say all the time, stagnant energy, what's keeping you, what's holding you back. Try to find out, in your soul, when you're reflecting, when you're being introspective, what you have to do to move forward. What is it that you need to cut ties with to make this progress, this progression? So for some of you, it might be forgiving and having a compassionate heart and trying to look at things from a deeper perspective or a higher perspective. And it's like that's what Spirit's asking us to do, to leave all that behind in 2025 so we can move forward in 2026 with a higher energy, with a higher vibration. So we can vibe higher, so we can get to a better place, so we can keep this cycle going and not get rid of that stagnant energy. Okay, so let's see. Let's move on to another deck. All right, Spirit, I am shuffling for the collective. What is it that they need to know? Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing amazing. Right now, I am pulling cards for the collective. Once I am done pulling cards for the collective, I will be going through the chat and answering questions as they come in. I'll answer in the order that they come in, and you'll know it's your question because I'll say your handle and then ask the question. So make sure you are asking questions in that chat while I am pulling cards for the overall energy. I pull a few cards from a few different decks, and then I move on to the questions in the chat. All right, Spirit. So first we have Grasshopper Spirit. We have Research Challenge. Be brave enough to take risks and try to exercise your agile reaction ability and versatile skills. So this is really about taking control and acting, being a problem solver, like acting in a way to solve issues, taking risks and knowing how to solve problems if they don't go your way. Life is all about taking risks. You're never going to grow until you take risks. So that can be challenging. But when you're trying something new, when you're doing research for something, when you're letting go of your inhibitions and taking that chance, it's like you have to know, you don't know what way things are going to go. So you have to be able to adjust, to bend and not break, and be brave enough to do it. We also have strategy. Employ the power of your vision and long-term planning to bring your ideas to life. Planning, strategy, details. Going through the motions of determination, being determined to see something through, not giving up. If something fails, having the wherewithal to go on a different route, but not giving up, being brave enough to keep going, forming a different strategy if something doesn't go your way. Is there anything else from this deck, Spirit? What else, Spirit? Hidden Wonder, Mushroom Spirit. Beauty often arises from surprising places, so find the hidden wonders in your life. So pay attention, be present. Look for the beauty that's right in front of your face. Be thankful. Be grateful for what we have. You know, all of the beauty that surrounds us each and every day that we take for granted. Like the snow, for instance. I am not a snow girl. I was saying earlier. I am definitely, some people love the snow. I am not one of those people. Especially like I said, when it's 7 degrees outside. It is so bitter cold, you can't even be outside to enjoy the snow. But it is beautiful. It really is. Like, speaking of hidden wonders, I look outside and there's that, this beautiful snow covered backyard. Most of you have seen it in my lives. And then the deer who come, they still come. And it's like they are still looking for food. I've been throwing apples out to them. So they are like just in this beautiful white drop, and they're all just there eating, and it's just so, it is beautiful. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't like the snow. But I really, honestly, it was just at this moment that I'm like, oh, I guess it is pretty. But you take this stuff for granted. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful. Tomorrow, I'll take a picture of it. If it's, I mean, I don't see the snow going anywhere since it's not getting above 20 degrees. So I'll have to take a picture. But it is a beautiful sight. And it's like, I do take for granted all the time. So there's beauty right in front of us. And to take that for granted is a shame. So be grateful for what's in our lives and the beauty that surrounds us. Okay. Moving on. All right, shuffling for the messages for the collective. Guys, I am Sarah B, and this is Just Be Tarot. Right now, I'm pulling the overall energy for the collective, and soon I'll be going through the chat and asking questions. So don't forget to get those questions in. I'll be going in the order that they come in. Okay, thank you. Just dropped a couple. Okay, so we have, some of you might have gotten some bad news over the weekend, or some hard news. I feel like some of you have started going through a healing process. It's a tough time of year, I'm telling you. A lot of people are finding it very hard to get through without heartbreak, to get through the holidays. But when I see this, I already see healing. So, yes, this might even be coming in for you this week. You might get news about something. You might be struggling with something that you had your heart set on, and it turns out that it didn't come through for you. This could be somebody, but there's something that's making you sad or upset, or it's not what you wanted to happen. It's not how you foresaw the future or what was incoming. And we have to turn this pain into healing. But give yourself time to grieve. Let yourself feel those emotions. Just don't sit in them. Move forward. That's a tough one. I'm sorry. Big hugs to anybody who is feeling that heaviness of heartbreak. That's what I got when I picked up that card. It was like this heaviness. Some of you might need to go and seek opinions from a higher level, somebody who knows more than you. There's no shame in that. because maybe you're overthinking. You might be stuck in your head and you need to seek some help, or maybe there's some healing that you need that you don't even see. And if a third party can reach you, then that might be the answer. There's so many ways to heal, so many ways to come back from situations, that going to and talking it through with somebody else might be exactly what you need. Some of you also might be counselors, whether it be in school or um, or in a third party, marriage counselors, mediators for courthouse, something along that line. So be on the lookout for that. Let's see if there's anything else from this. I am Sarah B. This is Just Be Tarot. Right now I am giving the overall energy for this reading. And momentarily I'll be moving to the chat and answering questions in the chat in the order that they were received. You'll know it's your question because I will read your handle first before I read your question. Okay, so let's move on to this deck. I only have a couple more decks to go. These are messages from Spirit that you might need to hear for this week. I thought I felt one overturn, but guess not. Spirit, what does... Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we say, take a hot bath or a shower. Immerse yourself into water, healing energy. Try to take your mind off of things that are overwhelming you. It's a good place to meditate, is in the bath or the shower. Rinsing all of that energy from you. Being alone. Connecting with your body and your mind and your breath. Consider starting or expanding your own business. So maybe you want to go off on your own, or maybe you just have a side job and you open an Etsy page, an Etsy shop. Maybe you want to be creative and do something along those lines, or maybe you just, want to expand on your own. You want to have your own hours. Speak up for yourself. Some people don't like to start any kind of issues. They would rather keep their mouths closed rather than advocate for themselves. So this might be your higher power saying, you have to protect yourself first and foremost. So if there's something that you don't like, make sure you're addressing it, no matter who it is. There's a time and a place to bring something up, so make sure that, it's the right time and the right place and the right situation, and know your audience. But it's important to advocate for yourself. Clear any negative energy surrounding you. So you might need to cut ties with certain people, especially in the new year. You may want to Clear out your social media or disconnect with people, of course, with love. But maybe they're not serving you anymore. Maybe they're not going to the next level with you. Maybe they're just a source of constant drama, and you feel when you leave them, you feel like you're drained, and you know, and that's fine. That doesn't mean they're a bad person. It doesn't mean anything, you know, other than it's time to disconnect. I'm not saying that you're not going to go back to hanging out again or not to ever see this person again, but there's some people that you can't keep giving your energy to because they just don't make you feel good. They don't, you know, reciprocate the energy that you're trying to put out. Okay, so this is a love oracle deck. Now, this can be anything from familial love to a situationship, booty call, could be marital, it could be your crush. So whoever comes to mind when I start pulling the cards is who this message is from. So let's go ahead and see. All right, Spirit. Thank you. We have decision. It's time to decide about this relationship. So if you've been questioning about a certain relationship that you're in, or you think there's red flags, or somebody has brought that to your attention, this might be a time to examine that. Maybe you're kind of wishy-washy about how things are going in a relationship. Maybe it's time that you take a deeper look. Is there any more cards from this deck? What else do we have from this deck, Spirit? What else do we have? Any other messages? Thank you. Any other messages from this deck? Thank you. We have abundance. You've done the work. Abundance flows to you now. So know that if you're working hard for your manifestations and you're not just sitting there wishing something would come true without putting the work into it, then if you're working hard and you're keeping your energy high and your vibrations high and you're living the life that you're meant to live and bringing, you know, this energy towards you, then yeah, that's going to come towards you. Things are good are going to start happening for you when you realize that you've done the work, you put in the effort, and now that energy is going to start coming towards you in many ways. All right, so I think this is going to be my last deck before I move on to our questions. All right, Spirit, what is going on for this love reading? No, this is a love oracle deck, so this has to do with relationships. Thank you. So we have the Grim Reaper. Looks like some of you might be ending a relationship or a relationship you feel is dwindling. We have no second chances, grow and transform yourself. So you might have already taken somebody back more than once. So this might be an indication that this is really over this time. The Snake. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. So it looks like there is somebody in your life who, or it could be you, no judgment here, that they may be treating you maliciously, or somebody, or you could be being malicious to somebody. If you're constantly feeling like you have to investigate, or you're feeling uneasy, you think there might be somebody else and you can't trust, um, is it easier to let go than sit with that pain all the time of not knowing, of not being able to trust? We have not today, not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, call, or person, boundaries, still angry. So somebody that you might have had, connection with, who has turned into like a non-communicative or no contact relationship, I feel like they're still not vibing. They're still hurt. They're still feeling some sort of way. They might be avoiding talking to you, or even avoiding dealing with it, avoiding the healing. Um, I feel like there's boundaries that they put up, and it's a time to respect those boundaries. So if they have boundaries set and they're not calling you back, and they might be healing, and maybe they haven't even started healing. So just be aware that if it's not today, it could be tomorrow, or it could be the next day, or it could be in 6 months. But make sure you're respecting their boundaries, giving them space. Or this could be you. Maybe somebody keeps contacting you and you're trying to set up boundaries. Um, and you're still angry at somebody. Know that it's okay to still feel that way. We have the Phoenix. New phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, a changed mind. So there could be some kind of transformation that was happening with you or somebody else. You could be realizing your worth and flying away from one relationship into the next. Because I feel like this is, we had our first couple cards here were about endings, and realizing that something needs to end. So I feel like this is about moving forward and taking this ending and turning it into something beautiful. Rebirth, renewal. And then we have passion, insane chemistry. See, like I said, if you turn it into something new, then that energy is going to come right back to you. So we have insane chemistry, like each other equally, having fun. So if you turn an ending into a beautiful new beginning and start realizing your worth and moving forward in a relationship, then that energy is going to come right back at you. And you're going to get the connection that you deserve because you haven't settled. You didn't need to settle. All right, guys, that is the overall energy. Now I am moving on to our chat. Thank you for hanging out for the overall energy. And thank you, Sun Psychic, my girl Christy. So I am shuffling for the overall energy I'm sorry, not the overall energy. I'm shuffling to answer your chat questions. So let's go ahead and get started with that. I'm going to be scrolling up to the top of the chat so I can answer these questions in the order that they were received. Like I said, I pull 2 cards for each question, give or take. Sometimes one, sometimes more comes out, but I will be pulling in the order that they were received. I answer each question as they came in. You'll know it's your question because I read your handle and then ask the question. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Scrolling. Hello, everybody who said hi. I appreciate you guys being here. Hope you guys had an amazing weekend. Hello, everybody. So good to see you guys. I love you too, Kayla. Okay. Okay, so Sun Psychic said, what's ahead for me? What should I prepare for? All right, so let's see. Shuffling for Sun Psychic. What do they need to know? What is ahead for them? Coming towards their energy, Spirit, for this week. We have the Knight of Cups came out. So I feel like somebody's going to be getting in touch with you this week. Somebody who wants a love connection, somebody who wants to connect with you on an emotional level, a romantic level, getting to know you, wanting to talk to you, having a connection. King of Pentacles. So this is somebody who is King energy. King energy who knows what they want. They work hard for what they have, and they know what they want out of life, and they're not afraid to go for what they want. All right, I feel like this could also be somebody who maybe has kids or might be a little bit established, seasoned. They might have kids from a different relationship. This could also be somebody who is. I just heard Spirit say somebody who's, and I'm thinking of the word and I hear silly. So you might have a lot of like joking around and being like silly and sarcastic and feeding off each other, like that type of banter, where you can joke around with each other and have fun. And it's not always all serious. This person might need to be serious, like in their professional life, but I feel like there is some kind of childlike love that you guys share. Like, I don't want to say immaturity because I don't feel like it's an immature relationship, but I feel like there's like this banter, this silly banter, these inside jokes that you guys will be sharing or are sharing. So keep an eye out for that this week. Maybe there's some jokes, or some kind of something funny happens. I'm gonna light some more incense since it went out. So okay, so let's see. What else do we have? We have Southern Girl DeReal, 1609, says, hello. What does the future have in store for Joshua and Trina? Shuffling for the energy of Joshua and Trina. What's that energy? What's the energy between Joshua and Trina? What is the energy between Joshua and Trina? Thank you. Well, changes are coming in. Somebody might be changing or taking an active role in changing, or the universe might be making some changes in their life, because they can't get out of a cycle. Now that could be for you, either you or Joshua, or both of you in your relationship. A tower moment might be coming where there could be something that is going to be a change happening. Now we have the Six of Pentacles, which is equal, being treated equally. You want equality. You want balance. So this tower moment may lead to finding a balance for the two of you in your relationship. Or Josh and Trina. I'm not sure that I had assumed I shouldn't do that. Um, but this tower moment might turn into something that opens the eyes of either of you, and you see that there's a balance that can be maintained. Um, because I feel like both of you are seeking balance, but it's going to take a big change to get there. You know, somebody's going to have to change in a major way, or the universe is going to do it for you. Hello, Roderick Chola. Okay, so I am shuffling for Roderick. It's about my wife. We are not in a good life. Okay, how are you helping me? I am Taurus. Okay, shuffling for Roderick. What is the energy between him and his wife? What is the energy between Roderick and his wife currently? Shuffling for Roderick. Shuffling for Roderick, thank you. You know, I feel like there's some kind of manipulation going on here. It's either her or you trying to sabotage or trying to control, which is turning into sabotage. Trying to control the relationship. Trying to find any way to win. But I feel like that is just making things worse. It's self-sabotage. So I'm hearing that you have to give it time. There might be like a separation. Because right now there's a stagnant energy. Nothing has grown. It wasn't moving forward, your relationship. Things have stopped growing. There was no, either one of you, depending on who it is, they saw no future. They saw no growth in your relationship. And I feel like somebody started trying to heal it by self-sabotaging, by controlling the situation. Okay, Roderick also has what for the month of December is going to be uber financial for me. Okay, shuffling for Roderick regarding finances. Shuffling for Roderick Chola 190 regarding finances for December. Feel like there's going to be new connections you're making to establish finances, maybe networking or going out to find more customers or increase profits somehow. There's something new is coming in to help financially. This could be even a second job. Yeah, this is about being a boss. Maybe you are starting your own company or a side hustle of some kind. You're starting something new, maybe. Your own career outside of whatever you're doing. Something new, perhaps. Okay, Roderick says my marriage is not going well. Okay, what's the energy of Roderick's marriage? I have one more card, thank you. Okay, so I do see the Lovers here, and it is in the upright. So that's bodes well. I feel like there's a lot of decisions that need to be made because the Lover's card at one time was called choice. So I do feel like there's decisions that have to be made. Um, if you guys are separated, this is a card of coming back together, of fusing that separation. And I do feel like there is some kind of energy of it working out. You have to give it time though. And you have to want to change, is what I'm hearing. Like things can't stay the same way. I think I pulled the Six of Pentacles earlier for you, which is about balance, give and take, compromise. So, learning to compromise to make each other happy, I do believe it will be the first step towards rekindling or closing that gap between you guys, fusing that separation to bring you back to where you want to be. Thank you, Roderick. Okay, so M Love, hello, M Love 1010 asks, what does he feel about me? Shuffling for M Love 1010 wants to know what her person feels about them. M Love 1010 wants to know what their person feels about them. What does their person feel about them, Spirit? Shuffling for M Love. Shuffling, thank you. This person feels a lot of passion. King of Wands has a lot of energy. Passion, courage. Can be a little bit manipulative because they have a lot of charisma. They get a lot of attention. So they know how to work that. Just an FYI. Not saying your person does, but that's one of the traits of a King of Wands. While they're lovely, smart, funny, handsome inside and out, or beautiful, depending, it doesn't have, not gender specific, but they also play that to their advantage. All right, so I feel like this person is overwhelmed with their feelings right now, or over, and if it's not their feelings, then it is something that they are working on, or just overwhelmed in general. But I feel like this is their feelings. This is like whatever they're working on, creatively, spontaneity. Like this is fire energy. So I feel like the two of you are very energetic and spontaneous. Either I feel like separately, you guys are this energy. This could be you being overwhelmed. Spirit just said this could be you that is feeling overwhelmed. We do have the Empress in reverse, which means to me that there's no growth. So I feel like, is that on your end? Because I feel like this person, whoever this energy is really excited and passionate about you. But I feel like there's this other person, and this could be either or, flip it how it resonates, but is overwhelmed and feels like almost like you're not ready for all of this. Because this is a lot. I'm not going to lie, this is a lot. So I feel like, is it overwhelming you? There's something about the connection that's overwhelming you. Okay. Sania Amid 6936 says hi. Sania Ahmed says, what will Syed Faison Shah feel for me? Will our relationship go to marriage? Shuffling for Sania Ahmed. What does Syed Faison Shah feel for me? Shuffling for Sania Ahmed. What's the energy there for Syed Faison Shah? What's the energy there? Thank you. Okay, so I do see I do feel there's this calming energy that you have on each other. It's like you're a good connection, you're calming energy, you ground each other. It's harmonious is the word I just heard, is harmonious. Now I do feel like before you think about marriage, you need to see clarity for some reason. There's something that you're not seeing. I don't think it's bad, but I do feel like there's something that needs to be cleared up before we can talk about marriage. So it might be a little bit before at least a marriage. I'm not saying that it won't, but there's something that needs to be cleared up first. Thank you, Sun Psychic. Oh, yay! I would love to talk to you, Christy. So much. I would love that. Oh, you are? That's awesome. Oh, Christy. Okay, so we have M Love 1010. If I finally make it okay for him to do pickups at my house, be civil, or will he continue to try and disrespect my home? Shuffling for M Love. And the person she's talking about. What is this energy? It says if I finally make it okay for him to do pickups at my house, will it be civil? What is the energy with this person being in her energy? Thank you. We have the Three of Wands and the Ace of Swords in reverse. I still think you need to give it time. We have this card regarding waiting, holding out, like not ready. And then the Ace of Swords is there's something needs to be clarified. Something's not ready yet. Yeah, I don't think that I just don't think that there's a anything has been resolved yet here too soon. Hi, just Janelle. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. I hope you had a great weekend. Okay, so Janelle wants to know, what is the energy like for the week? What is the energy going to be like for the week? And before I answer Janelle, I just wanted to remind you guys that I'm Sarah B, and this is Just Be Tarot. And thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you. Right now, I am going through the chat and answering questions in the order that they were received. I pulled 2 cards per question. You'll know it's your question because I read your handle, and then I will ask the question. So please feel free to ask your questions in the chat. You don't have to ask more than once. I will get to it because I do answer them in the order that they come across. So be patient. All right, back to you, just Janelle. I'd like to know what the energy is like for the week. All right, Spirit. Thank you. Can I get one more for just Janelle for the energy for the week for her? Energy for the week, please, for just Janelle. Thank you. Ooh, we got the King of Wands again. This energy. Come towards me, King of Wands, please. It feels like, well, I guess I'm part of the collective too, right? So, King of Wands energy is in your energy. So somebody might be coming towards you. I do feel like this could be somebody that you need to make a decision about. And if it is something or somebody that you need to make a decision about, it's something that you need to make sure you're clear on. Make sure that you have really researched it, done your due diligence, made an effort to look into whatever it is or whomever it is that this is referring to. I feel like you've been putting this decision on the back burner for a little while. But I do feel like this King of Wands has something to do with it. This energy of, and it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. This could be somebody at work. But I do feel that there's a decision here for sure that needs to be made. Thank you, Roderick. Okay, so M Love wants to know, how will my financial situation be in 2026? God willing, it will be better for all of us. I can't manifest that enough. All right, Spirit. Shuffling for M Love wants to know, how will their financial situation be in 2026? Financial situation for M Love in 2026. I feel like I just heard strategic. So I feel like if you plan strategically, then it's going to be beneficial towards you with this King of Wands. Strategic is the word I heard when that came out. So you might, I was going to say we might have to. So me too, I guess this message is for, because I just rolled off the tongue that easily. So I feel like there has to be a strategic plans for a better financial future if you want it in 2026. A budget, maybe spreadsheets, really paying attention to where your money is going and how you can hone in on controlling it at more. I feel like a lot of us don't, not specifically you, but a lot of us don't realize how much money we spend because we don't have cash anymore. It's not a cash world. A lot of us use our debit card or our credit cards for everything, or Venmo or whatever. But we're it's just so easy that we're not really paying attention to where our money is actually going and how much we're spending and how much interest we're being charged on the things we're spending because of this card and that card and whatever. So I do feel like maybe we need to take a really solid strategic look into where our finances are going. I do see that if you might have something coming in for you quickly. Now, this could be before the end of the year, you might fall into some money, which doesn't seem that unreal because a lot of businesses give like holiday bonuses, or somebody might gift you gift cards or whatever. I mean, that could be anything, any kind of money you receive. This could be, but it's going to be coming in quickly, and I feel like that's going to be before the end of the year. So, but going forward into 2026, I would just heard strategic, be more strategic with your finances. You're welcome, Roderick. Okay, shuffling for Just Janelle. Just Janelle wants to know about a cat that needs to be rehomed. Is that a good decision for Just Janelle and her family right now? What's the energy there with rehoming this cat for Just Janelle? Asking for Just Janelle regarding rehoming this cat. What do they need to know about rehoming this cat? Thank you. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. The first card that came out was Ten of Wands. But I feel like cats aren't that much of a burden. They kind of like are stick to themselves and do what they want, really. So I don't, maybe they're a burden for the person that wants to rehome them. They found them to be too much of a burden. Now I heard like I've seen that you could give this cat a lot of love, more love than it's able to receive now. And this could balance out the loss of, not that anybody could replace Hallie, but it could balance out that vibe of having something off in your house. Like you feel like there's a loss in your house, there's a big hole that needs to be filled, or not that needs to be filled, but you feel this hole. You feel like your family is not complete because of this loss. And I feel like because of this loss, this might balance out the equilibrium a little bit more in your home. So I do feel like if you can, and everybody's on board, that it wouldn't hurt your home to house this cat. Thank you, Janelle. Hi, Isha. Oh, thank you, Roderick. Thank you so much. Roderick says, I love your readings. That's so sweet. Okay, I Aisha says, what does ASF think of me? Okay, what does ASF think of Isha? Thank you. What does ASF think of Isha? Thank you. Okay, so immediately I feel like this is somebody that you might work with this Eight of Pentacles that came out. I feel like this person thinks that you are really trying to bring a calmness to work. They feel like you're doing a good job. You're doing all the things that you're supposed to do. However, I do feel like there's something that is off-putting, or maybe you talk too much or socialize too much at work. I don't even know. I mean, I'm not sure. I just got work from this Eight of Pentacles cards, but I feel like there's like maybe too much socializing, and they look down upon that, is what I'm getting. But as far as like doing your job, that is fine. Like everything's okay there, but they don't appreciate the talk, maybe the gossip, the fraternizing is the word I just heard. Isha says, how is Crayon doing? Spirit, I am shuffling for Isha. Wants to know how Crayon is doing. Shuffling for Isha. Thank you. Okay, so I do feel like there is some kind of changes. But I do feel like there's a healing. Maybe they got into like something they're healing from. Healing from something. Maybe they got into a fight. If they're an outdoor cat. Maybe they were taken to the vet and they're healing from something. Okay, Isha says, how is H doing? How is H doing? Isha wants to know, how is H doing? How is H doing? Shuffling for Isha, thank you. We have Temperance in the challenge position. I just heard stay out of his own way. He needs to stay out of his own way. Like, he's often getting himself into trouble or saying things that he doesn't mean. He needs to stay out of his own way. Two of Swords. There's decisions that he's trying to make. Things that he's trying to sort through. Hi, Helga. Just Janelle wants to know, will I see Zach this weekend? Is Just Janelle going to see Zach this weekend? Is Just Janelle going to see Zach this weekend? I do feel like there's going to be some socializing, perhaps some drinks. Three of Cups and the Strength card. There's a good possibility that you're going to see Zach this weekend. It might be with friends, or you might be out maybe getting a couple of drinks, but I do feel like you will see Zach this weekend. All right, what does A feel currently? What does A feel currently for Isha? What does A feel currently for Isha? What does A feel? Thank you. Okay, so what does A feel currently? I feel like there is this King of Wands energy, which is probably him, but I also am feeling like there's a juvenile Page of Wands in reverse, as a student, or an immature energy. But it's a lack of being enthused, a lack of a lack of curiosity, which is what Wands is all about, is being curious and adventurous and spontaneous. And Six of Cups is also that kind of juvenile energy, nostalgia, childlike love. So I feel like there is some kind of immature, maybe they have like kids coming in to visit. There's that immature energy surrounding them right now. So, but they can have people over for the holidays or visit, like family in from town. I could be picking up on children that are in their energy, if they have kids or grandkids, or even aunt or nieces and nephews. But I do feel like this energy is surrounded by immature energy right now. Thank you, Roderick. I appreciate you. Just Janelle says, how does the month of January look for me? Shuffling for Just Janelle. How does January look for Janelle? Thank you. Can I have one more? Can I have another one for Janelle, please? Can I have one more for Janelle? We have Ace of Swords. I feel like there's a lot of things going to be happening in January. I feel like there's a new path that's going to be starting. I feel like there is going to be a lot of clarity on where to set your sights for the year. Something's going to become clear to you. New path, planting seeds. But this isn't only seeds. Like I was just told to look. Okay, so you see the path. This is an acorn. Okay. So an acorn is an oak. Is that oak tree? I think it's an oak tree. A seed, but it's a seed. So I feel like, yes, you're planting seeds, but these seeds aren't just like flowers or fruits and vegetables. This is a tree, like a family. It's like you're establishing like roots somewhere. So you might be like 2006, you might be moving or maybe establishing a family, starting a family. Maybe you start dating somebody that you feel like is going to be worth going and get like having children with. But I was told to look at these seeds like that, and I was told they're tree. And tree is like solid, like that's not going anywhere. Like that is planting deep roots. So pay attention to that energy in the beginning of the year and throughout, I was just told. Helga says, will I hear from FE? Okay, will Helga hear from FE? Shuffling for Helga. Helga BJ3472. Will Helga hear from FE? I do believe you will. We have the sun and the world. So, I mean, I believe that you certainly will. Your radiant energy is going to bring them towards you. I feel like you might be bringing a lot of people towards you. I feel like you have this radiance right now and this vibe that's really attracting people, um, which is beautiful, but just be careful of people who might try to manipulate you or get something from you. I mean, not to put a damper on it, but there's some people who see a bright light and see this beautiful soul, and they think beautiful souls equal stupidity and softness, which it doesn't. So just be aware that not everybody is out for your greatest good, but keep on shining because right now you are radiant AF. All right, Helga? Okay, Just Janelle says, how do finances look in 2026 for me? Finances for Janelle. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I feel like you have... I'm getting something about being... We have the Eight of Swords in reverse. And the Seven of Wands in reverse. I am going to go... I haven't used my clarifying deck in a moment, but I'm being called to use this deck because I'm not connecting with it. So bear with me a second while I give it a shuffle. Here, can we clarify this Seven of Wands and Eight of Swords in the reverse for Janelle and her finances for 2026? The Empress growth. I just heard more risks. Maybe you need to invest, take more risks. And you know, I was getting something along that line, but I was like, she need to gamble? Invest is what I'm getting. The Empress. We have the Empress. So that's growth, prosperity in the Hierophant. And take your money to somebody that you trust to invest it. So put money away, invest it with somebody, or have somebody that you trust, maybe put it into stocks or what have you. But invest is what I'm hearing. Thank you, Spirit, because I was not connecting to that. You know, sometimes you just need a little extra help. Okay, so J74 Jan says the light skin lady with the black long hair and Michael our glasses finds me attractive. Maybe does the light skinned lady with the black long hair and Michael Kors glasses. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Sometimes it takes me a second. I know. I was like, okay, we got this. It's all those years of watching Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so this is for J74 Jan. Does the light-skinned lady with the black long hair, Michael's Kors glasses, find them attractive? This is for J74 Jan. What's the energy there with this lady with the Michael Kors glasses? Okay, I'm hearing you need to put yourself out there. Right now, she doesn't really know that you exist. But I'm hearing if you put yourself out there and work for it, that's what you have to do, is put yourself out there. Maybe introduce yourself. Make her know that you exist. Introduce yourself. Have a conversation. Thank you, J74 Jan. You're welcome, M Love. Aunt Rose 07, who is trying to win me back? Okay, so just be grateful that you have to ask that. If there's more than one person, I love that. I wish I had those issues. Who is trying to win Aunt Rose 07 back? Who is trying to win Aunt Rose 07 back? Who is trying to win Aunt Rose back? Who is trying to win Aunt Rose back? Shuffling for Aunt Rose. Whoop, thank you. I had to die for that one. Okay, so I do feel like you had people trying to win you back, but I feel like you haven't been going for it. You don't feel the same way? Perhaps? I feel like you don't feel the same way. I feel like you feel like this person isn't your person. There might be some stuck energy here too. Okay, Isha says, in my research, should I got from one country study or two country study or three country study? Isha, you know that I can't answer questions like that. I mean, I can pull a card for you and you can determine by the card, but I don't know. There's no like options. It's energy that I'm reading. Okay. Shuffling for Isha and her research. What is the energy there? What is the energy regarding Isha's research? What is the best direction for her with her research? I mean, I don't know. We have Ace of Wands. So I guess that could be one person, one country, or whatever. But I also have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe you're putting off working on this project with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. But I would say one. Okay, so Isha asks, what does ASF think of my emails to him? Okay, what does ASF think of Isha's emails? What does ASF think of Isha's emails? What is the energy there, Spirit? Thank you. Can I have another one, Spirit? Thank you. I do feel like it gave him clarity on something, but there's no connection there, no love connection. No emotional connection. Okay, M Love says, why does he continue to disrespect me? Okay, why does M Love's ex, what's the energy there with M Love's ex being a co-parent? No other option. Third-party interference. It's amazing how Spirit sends out these cards. Third-party interference. That's where the disrespect comes from. And you just keep manifesting and wishing for things to be smooth so you can co-parent. Using the word co-parent is telling me that you want things to go smoothly, that you want things to be copacetic, That's what you're wishing for. That's what your heart desire is. But there's third-party interference here. Okay, Isha says, can you ask the universe for current energy of A towards me? What is the current energy of A towards Isha? What is the current energy of A towards Isha? Current energy of A. Thank you. I feel like there's not really... I feel like there's not really much to say. High Priestess. Kind of keeping quiet. Keeping to themselves. Working on energy. Can I have another card for Isha regarding A and how he feels towards her? Shuffling, thank you. There's something that's bringing you guys together. Is there like some kind of project coming up or something? I feel like they're not going to communicate with you though, or they're not in communication. But your guys are coming together for something. This could have to do with work. This could have, I mean, I'm not sure where A fits into your life, but this is maybe their family. So this could be you guys coming together for something. You're welcome, Helga. Nisha says, the King of Wands earlier that came up for A, was it regarding me? Well, you asked about him, so I feel like he was the King of Wands in the situation. So yes, it was regarding you. And I said you said your question wasn't about you. Is that what you're asking now, I guess? Because you said what's in his energy. So it's the King of Wands that came up regarding A, or in A's energy. Was it regarding Isha? For the card, thank you. Again, we have the High Priestess. Is this somebody you're not talking to? Because the High Priest is not somebody who communicates, and it's like you're stuck in a cycle here with the Ten of Swords in reverse. I feel like you're only going to end up hurting yourself, staying in this cycle, like you're torturing yourself. Because the Ten of Swords is something that needs to be done, needs to be ended. But it's like you're on repeat with getting pierced by these swords and then getting pierced by the swords again. And you know what? Why not? Let's do it again. It's not a fun feeling. You just keep hurting yourself. It needs to end and move on to the next cycle. But it's like you're sitting in this torture. Okay, Isha says, please ask Cray Cray for his message to me. Cray Cray's not in the reading. He's not passed over, hopefully. I don't know how he would have a message for you. Let's see what comes out. I can't guarantee that this is going to be on target. What is Cray Cray's message for Isha? Yeah, I don't know if this is Cray Cray's energy or your energy. Ace of Swords in reverse and Knight of Cups. This is like you're not making a realization. Like, I don't know if that's Knight of Cups in reverse. Ace of Swords in reverse. Not seeing something for what it is. Knight of Cups in reverse. So it's like somebody's taking back somebody might have offered you an emotional support, but they're like taking that back. So maybe somebody took them in, and then maybe they're putting them up for adoption. Okay. Sania Amid, 6936. Will me and Saeed Faizan Shah have future together and business? There are changes being planned. There's plans that you're making towards a goal. And things will be coming together. So there are goals that you have in mind, and you're working towards them. You're welcome, and love. Isha says, what did the reverse Knight of Cups mean regarding the emails? Reverse, I don't even remember. Knight of Cups, reverse Knight of Cups. Probably exactly what I said. I mean, I read the energy as it comes out. I don't necessarily read the card specifically. It's an intuition. What did the reverse Knight of... I don't know. It meant whatever I said, Isha. What was the energy regarding The Knight of Cups. Five of Cups. Paying attention to things that aren't important. Not focusing on things that matter. Anything else for Isha? King of Cups in reverse. So no emotional connection. The Knight of Cups, isn't that the one I pulled that had? Yeah, because you know what? I saw the heart on the hook, and Spirit said that there was no love connection and no emotional connection, which is what I said when I pulled the cards. Thank you, Roderick. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Okay, so PIK 1730 says, will I get promoted soon at my current workplace? PIK 1730 wants to know if they'll get promoted. Don't forget, I am Sarah B, and this is Just Be Tarot. Thank you for all your likes and subscribes. It means the world to me. It helps my channel spread. I hope that you have watched your monthly zodiac reading. Please make sure you do. Make sure you are hitting that thumbs up and watching the video. It's only 10 or 15 minutes. It will even put it on in the background. I don't care. Or, you know, while you're doing dishes. It would be most appreciated to me if you like and subscribe, maybe even comment. It's absolutely free for you, and it really will help my channel circulate throughout YouTube, and it is so appreciated. Okay, so I am shuffling for PIK 1730. Sorry, I interrupted the flow. Will I get promoted soon at my current workplace? PIK wants to know about a promotion. What is the energy there, Spirit? What's the energy there with the promotion for PIK? Oh, I do feel like there's good energy coming in. Look at this, 8 of Wands. People have been seeing you doing a lot of work, making connections. I feel like you are in your head. You might have a little bit of lack of self-confidence. So make sure you step that confidence up, because I do feel like good things are coming in for you. I feel like there's a little bit of self-confidence issues here. But as far as everything else goes, you are right on target for a promotion. So keep working hard, because I do see this energy coming in towards you. But make sure you're getting out of your head, because you're doing awesome. Thank you, PIK 1730. M Love says, I'm sorry for all the questions, but may I get one more? Of course. What did you mean by third-party interference? That could be somebody whispering in their ear, getting advice from somebody who may be talking negatively about you. like when they go to get advice from somebody or maybe vent to somebody and they're like, "Oh, well, blah blah blah," and talking crap about you or thinking they know the situation better than the both of you combined, something along those lines, like somebody who is not on the same page or even in the story giving their third party advice, and they might be and he might be taking it thinking like, "Oh, yeah, you know what? You're probably right," even though they have no idea what they're talking about. Like, that's what I mean by third party interference. Like somebody who just steps in and starts giving their opinion when they really have no reason or authority to give their opinion. Sorry, I wasn't clear about that earlier. Roderick says that this new job, which is coming for me, is it for a government job? This new job, which is coming for me, is it for government job or which one and when is it coming? Oh gosh. Okay, so Roderick, I can't be that specific. I can ask Spirit what is coming in for you regarding your career. Um, but you know, it doesn't get that specific because energy is fluid. So, and it's only a 2 card reading. If you want to book a personal reading that's more in depth, then I'm more than willing to go in depth with you about that. But I can ask about your career. And as far as when is it coming, I'm a big believer in divine timing. So when you've worked for it and the universe sees that you've worked for it and you keep your energy and your vibrations high, that's when it'll come in. When it was meant to come in is when it'll come in. Okay, so I am shuffling for Roderick. He is asking about a new job. What does his career look like, Spirit? What does Roderick's career look like? What's the energy there regarding Roderick's career? Thank you. I feel like there's actually a lot of options for you. There could be a lot of doors that are opening for you. Lots of options coming in. I feel like right now there's nothing that you feel suits you. However, I feel like Spirit's saying don't shut doors just yet. Because one of these opportunities might be right for you, but you're overlooking it. Spirit, can you give me an energy of what kind of job? It might be something you used to do, something that you used to be involved with in some way, shape, or form. We have the Six of Cups, which talks about nostalgia or the past. So this might be something to do with something that you touched upon previously or maybe have trained in the past. Or maybe something like that an ancestor did. Because if you can see, this is supposed to be, I mean, it's supposed to be like a grandmother-ish figure. So it could be somebody that like maybe a grandfather or your father did in the past that you're trying to get into their profession. Lady A says, hi there, B. Hello. Just as Janelle says, Sarah, I appreciate you so much. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you, Just Janelle. Lady A says, what is the energy of G? I feel he is going through something, but he doesn't really want to talk about it. What's the energy regarding G? What's G's energy like? What is G's energy like, Spirit? What is G's energy like? Don't forget to click on like and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. It's going to let you know when I'm going live. Posting new readings. Okay, we have the Chariot in reverse. Yeah, there's some kind of stagnant energy with G. Something, he's stuck on something. Or they're stuck on something. He, you addressed him as he. So he's stuck on something. Can you give me more about this Chariot in reverse? Thank you. I feel like, honestly, I feel like they think it's been a rough year. I feel like they are kind of, they might be in their head about how the year had, like, this is a weird time of year for people. Especially for people who are keep their emotions close to their chest. I do feel like this has something to do with the end of the year, honestly, the end. Something coming to an end. But I feel like there's a lot of like nostalgia and reflection that's happening right now. I feel like there might have been a lot of loss, but a lot of gain as well. Um, for G, I feel like there has been a lot of changes happening, um, as well as a lot of people. I mean, people have gone through a lot this year, um, big or small. And what's big to some people might not be big to others, but it's important to respect that regardless. So I do feel like the change, they're like reflecting on this year, like the loves and losses is what I'm hearing that happened this year. They might be reminiscing, they might be thinking about the past, maybe growing up as a child. You know, it's the holidays. Um, so they could be stuck in that energy. I don't feel like it's going to last that long. But I do feel like it's just a time of reflection, and they might not even feel like there's anything to talk about because it's just something that they might have to do every year. Like I have a, you know, the year is not so the end of the year isn't so fabulous for me. So it's something that I have to go through every year, and some years are better than others. You keep your chin up. This year is a good year. Um, but sometimes it's not. And you kind of do a lot of reflecting and be introspective and look back at the year and how it went and how you've grown, or you should be. So he might just be going through something that he is reflecting upon and trying to see where he can grow, even though he doesn't really know he's doing it. That, you know, because especially masculines don't always get in tune to themselves like that. So, and it's not because they don't want to, it's because they don't know how to verbalize, like, okay, this is what I'm doing, you know, but they could be healing. And like I said, being introspective, which is why that stagnant energy is there. All right, Lady A, we have a general for this week for you. What is in Lady A's energy for this week coming up? What is coming towards Lady A for this week, please? What is going on with Lady A for this week? What is going on with Lady A for this week? Ooh, somebody is looking up to you. Somebody might be using you as an hiccups, excuse me. For looking at you as a example. I feel like you're always coming across as as a good example to people because your energy's high. You are focused, is the word I just heard. And it's like you have this presence. So maybe you're on a stage, maybe you do something spotlighted, like I'm feeling spotlighted or staged, or maybe you're highlighted for something. But I feel like you're going to be used as an example. I feel like something is coming into your life, something that you're passionate about, and they're going to stick around for a while, or the opportunity is going to stick around for a while. So you might be offered um, an opportunity that lasts for a while. This could be with a job. This could be, maybe you meet a friend. Maybe he's coming to visit. Maybe this is somebody that you've known for a while. But there's an energy of something coming in and sticking around because, the Knight of Wands often is in and out energy. But this is somebody who's going to be coming in and staying for a little while. And then we have the Six of Wands, which is a lot of high vibrational energy, a lot of fire, a lot of creativity, being highlighted for something good, something good. You're not in trouble. Because, of course, that's the first thing that comes to mind. I'm like, oh God, what did I do? Okay, so any messages from the higher self of H towards me? If they're not in, like, it's hard to read for somebody else's energy towards you if they're not in the reading. So I can do my best, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be correct, especially since I can't reach their energy. And if you've been not in communication, that means their energy isn't surrounding you. So, I can try. We have the Ten of Wands in reverse. So I feel like somebody has... a weight has been lifted off of somebody's shoulders. Two of Cups energy. So H might be involved with somebody. Somebody who makes them feel lighter. Perhaps. This could be somebody who is, this could even be like a roommate, somebody taking on the burden. This could be financially, is what I'm getting. Taking on like something feels lighter because of this Two of Cups. Now, Two of Cups doesn't have to be romantic. I feel like somebody is taking on, and it doesn't have to be female. Somebody's helping, there's a partnership of some kind. Somebody's helping relieve some kind of stress, taking a burden away from them. Lady A says, what can I look forward to before the year ending? What can I be looking for the year ending? Opportunities. Opportunities for peace. Finding that peace before the year ends. Trying to resolve, I just heard resolve. Conflict. Opportunities. Changing your way of thinking. Clarity. whatever offers you peace, peace of mind, peace of heart. Okay, what does Alfredo want me to know? Oh, I just told too many cards. Okay, let me give it a good shuffle. What does Alfredo want Isha to know? What does Alfredo want Isha to know? That they're holding their ground or holding their structure, holding their it's like they are not wavering. They're holding it together, they're not wavering. They're solid. Isha says, thank you for everything. You're welcome. Don't see Jazz around. Hope they're good. I was thinking about her the other day that you mentioned that. You're welcome, Roderick. Energy for the coming week for Isha. Energy for the coming week for Isha. Energy for the coming week. Knight of Swords. Something is... need to see clarity on something, or something is slowly creeping, like an idea or a thought or something is coming into your energy. Because in Knight of Swords in reverse or in the upright means it's like something comes to you all of a sudden, but I feel like something, you've been thinking about something and it's taking its time, this idea that's coming to you. It's like you're thinking about it. You might be overthinking about this situation. It needs to be clarified. What else for Isha for the coming week? Energy for the coming week. Thank you. There's going to be some kind of emotional connection. By the end of the week, you're going to find emotional happiness. So there's going to be good news coming in for you this week. Isha says, Sarah, what is your biggest life lesson to get out of a rut in life? Staying present. Try not to have anxiety. I suffer with anxiety and depression and have for my adult life. I mean, I was an adult when I was diagnosed. I'm sure I've had it even when I was younger. But the biggest thing that I can say that takes me out of anxiety is staying present and understanding that I can only control what I can control. And the rest, I have to give it to my higher power to say, I did what I can. Now it's up to the universe to guide me. Is it easy? Hell no. I'm a human being. And I have to work just as hard as anybody else. And I have been working to restructure my thinking, my habits, my thought process, the words that come out of my mouth. And it's about being present and being mindful of those things, how I think, staying in the moment and not letting my mind travel off into ridiculous places. Um, in fact, I wrote in my journal in big letters, like big script letters, stop assuming last night because I struggle with it too. Like it gets me nowhere. So it's staying present. Like don't just make up shit. um if it's not coming towards you, then it wasn't meant for you. Because the universe is not going to let anything that was meant for you pass you by. If it was meant for you, then it will be yours. And I tell myself that all the time, and I keep trying to tell myself that all the time. Has it helped? Yes. It has helped the million and one times I've had to stop and say, I've done everything I can. I have to trust the universe to take me to where I'm supposed to be. I constantly have these affirmations playing in my head to keep myself present. You know, it's and you know what I really have to in the new year I want to definitely be more structured with my meditation because that really helps my anxiety and depression and getting out of my own head. So I really have to incorporate, be more solid with that in the upcoming year. That's one going to be one of my resolutions, as they say. Thank you for asking. Isha says, "Love your tattoos." Thank you. I appreciate that. I know some great tattoo people. They're amazing. Okay, so Southern Girl Dereal says, "Hello. What is the energy around my daughter, Joanna?" What is the energy around Dereal's daughter, Joanna? Thank you. I feel like there's good energy coming towards her. Really good energy, and it's coming in fast. What is the energy surrounding Johanna? They're getting out more. I feel like they're living life in a more positive way. There's good energy coming towards them. They're not holding themselves away. You know, the hermit hides away. They're trying to get out and trying to put their best foot forward. And I think the universe is seeing this and making them getting offers into their life, putting that magic out there. You're welcome, Lady A. Cyan, how are you? General reading for Cyan. General reading for Cyan. It looks like somebody is coming into your life that you can trust. This is the Seven of Swords in reverse. So this is somebody who, or something, who gives you a lot of trusting energy, opportunities. I'm seeing that there's going to be an opportunity for you to shine your light, or for you to teach people or heal people in some sort of way. This could maybe it's one person. You could touch even one person's life. We have the Hermit in reverse. So I feel like it's like somebody coming out after they've learned coping skills and sharing these coping skills with the rest of the world. So I feel like somebody might be getting in touch with you, or you might come upon someone who needs your, like, need you. They might not even realize they do, but you might offer them an opinion or some worldly advice or life advice that resonates with them. And I feel like that is going to be a huge turning point in their life. So be on the lookout for this energy. This could be somebody who is turning their world around. This person could have been not on the right track with the Seven of Swords energy, but I feel like they're coming towards you, like surrendering, saying, what would you do in this situation? Like, how do I do this? And it's like you offer them some advice, and it might be that piece that they really needed to hear. So pay attention to that energy this week that might be coming in for you. I just heard it might be from now until the end of the year. So it might be the next couple weeks for that. Okay, Isha says, what is my identity? I'm not sure what you mean by that, but we have the Four of Cups. There's opportunities coming in, but you are stuck on the same old, same old. Yep. Stuck energy. Not moving forward. Causing more confusion for yourself and more hard times for yourself than looking into the future and taking new opportunities. Okay. You're welcome, Isha. Isha says, do you use any prompts to journal? I don't. I am full of shenanigans in my head. So full of things in my head that I just have no problem writing them down. So yeah. No, nope, never need prompts, just journal the F out of everything. So a lot of things going on up here. Isha says, how do I take new opportunities? How pay attention to those who know more. No, I don't journal daily. I used to, but now I kind of just talk to spirit out loud. Yeah, I used to. Before I meditated, and meditation became like a constant in my life. I used to meditate all the time. I used to journal all the time. Now I feel that same connection when I meditate. Okay, so we have, how do I take new opportunities? I feel like by looking for, I was just told to look at this door, looking for doors to opportunities, listening to people who know more than you, cutting off and old energetic ties. And once you do these things, it'll raise your energy and it'll come back to you. All right, I am going to end this here. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you guys. I am going to try to go live on Wednesday. I'm not going to be around Thursday. I'm getting my hair done before the holidays. Sorry, guys. Self-care. Jazz! We were just talking about you. I'm so glad that you are well. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Isha just said, I haven't seen Jazz in a minute. I was like, I was just thinking about her yesterday. So I'm glad to see you on here. I hope you're good. Jazz, I'll be back on Wednesday. So I hope to see you and feel your energy through these readings. Please click on like and subscribe to my channel. Also, hit that notification bell that will let you know when I am going live or posting new readings. Make sure you watch those zodiac readings for December because I'm already recording new ones for January. They'll be here before you know it. So, yeah, I will see you on Wednesday. I won't be around Thursday or Friday. Well, maybe Friday for a little while. My friend is doing a show. He's a musician, so I want to catch his show. So, hopefully I'll get him for a little while on Friday. We'll see. All right. I love you guys. And I hope you stay safe and have a good night. Bye.